Excellent stuff.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Auto Funk, filmed from Chris's garage.
My garage.
I'm Llewellyn, this is Chris. If you've not seen the channel yet, we are fairly Corvette centric, but there's lots of videos about lots of things, but mainly Corvettes. And in last week's episode, we started tearing down Chris's engine for some old school NA V8 tuning modifications, upgraded heads, upgraded camshaft, and a few other bits while we're in there. So just to briefly recap.
Heads are off. I've cleaned the surfaces fairly well. I've put it at top dead centre. We've removed the alternator, a few other bits and bobs, water pumps come off as well. And now I'm in a right old mess wishing I hadn't started a job. So
you know those times where you go in a little bit too deeper than you perhaps should have done, and you end up regretting it. But no, actually, joking aside, the job's going really well so far. This is episode 2. So the first episode was the teardown. Today we're going to refit the new heads and hopefully start to extract the cam. If we can't extract the cam
at least
in this
get the
episode,
radiators
we're going to at least get the radiator and everything out. So the first job will be to give ourselves some more room by removing the hood. But before we do that, quick update on the ZR1. You might have seen the shorts that we posted recently, and the wheels are off. If you've been watching our videos over the last year, you'll be very pleased to see this. First time the cover's been off since about November, I think. And it's only a very quick video today because I'm going to take these wheels off and get them refurbished. So there's a full video on the ZR1, a full update video coming very soon. But today I've just got to get the wheels off so they can get refurbished, and then we're going to crack on and do a full update on this. And if you haven't seen the ZR1 yet, check out our other videos and check out the Johnny Smith Late Break Show barn find, where we take this away from its slumber, and we've been slowly nurturing it back to good health. Oh, I miss this car. There it is. We haven't started the car since November, I don't think. The lights are on, so we've got juice. I've not actually got the key with me today, but the lights are on, so I reckon it'd start. Right then, let's get these wheels off. I've bought a set of winter BMW wheels. I'm hoping that they'll go on. Haven't tried them, but let's see what happens. If they fit, I'll put the hubcaps on just for a laugh. BMW winter wheel on a Corvette ZR1. Is that a world first? Probably. Anyway, let's get the front and the other side done. It's actually quite warm in it. 2 down, let's get the others on. Yeah. There we go then, 4 wheels off. Get these off to the refurbishers, and you'll see in a future full length video that they're all going to be repaired with new tyres and they'll look lovely. So stick around. And it was nice to go back and revisit the car because it had been basically laid up in a barn since November.
Keeping the salt off it.
From when we had the ice blasting.
Yeah, keep it clean.
We've traded salt for bird poo. But no, don't worry, we've got it under a cover, although it does need a clean. So here's a quick look at the existing wheels really, before they're refurbed. A lot of you were concerned about the tyres.
They're not actually that bad, are they? I mean, there's no cracking in the sidewall. These aren't the same tyres, are they? As they originally were on it, sat for 20 years. These were sat in a barn in plastic, so they're not dried out. I mean, they're not amazing, but they're not terrible. Probably not as bad as some people might think they are. It's kind of a shame in a way, because they are original equipment Goodyear Eagle tyres that would have come from, if you want concourse points.
Yeah. Do they call them Gatorbacks?
I don't know if Gatorbacks was this era. It was a bit later.
Oh, I've got no idea. Anyway, these are the new ones. So there aren't many choices for ZR1 17-inch 315 section tyres. You've got Mickey Thompson's, Nittos and Michelin's. And we've gone for the Nitto NT 555 Gen 2. So they are a brand new set and they'll be fitted when the tyres are refurbished.
The main reason we went for it is price point, I think, isn't it?
No, the Mickey Thompsons were cheaper than these.
The Michelins were nearly £2,000, weren't they?
The Michelins were an expensive option.
But there's plenty of width there, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they'll be alright.
A nice looking tread on those as well. It's still got the kind of same shape-ish.
Oh, they're going to look cool. They're going to look really nice.
Spot on.
So Chris, talk us through what we've decided on the refurb for the wheels.
You'd be glad to know we've gone full original equipment. We're not going to paint them gold like Lou wanted to paint them. Obviously we've got these rather crusty centre caps. We've got a bit of a treat in store for what's going in the middle of those, just to upgrade it slightly.
A little top secret.
Yeah, top secret. Oh, I've broken it already. Pretend I didn't see that. So might need new ones of those.
So yeah, factory silver centres with a polish lip, just like how they would have been.
I mean, the silver isn't actually in terrible condition. It's the lip that's completely gone. I guess water gets under the lacquer and then it just pulls it all off, like it does with any diamond cut wheel. But it's really held up well, actually.
Also, the centre, around the centre cap's a bit crusty.
The rears have held up better than the fronts,
but they are a sexy wheel, aren't they?
Lovely wheel.
They're my favourite
saw
C4
blade
wheel.
Is it saw blade, this one?
Yeah, you got on the ZR1. You had the saw blades, and then do they call them A molds or something?
The ones with 6 spokes with the line through the middle.
No, 5. They're like a 5-spoke.
Oh, there's that one, and there's also the 6-spoke one that was often like it's a flat dish.
With the line through the blade
with the line
marks.
through the blade, yeah, 6.
Yeah. No, but for me, these are the best.
Definitely.
I like all of them, actually. They're all a really cool wheel style. But yeah, these are...
they're very 80s.
Very 80s.
You know what they look like? Quite a lot like.
Go on.
McLaren SLR.
Sort of, yeah.
With the...
They look like They also look like a Renault GTA turbofan wheel. Anyway.
Nice wheel.
There we go. So stay tuned and stick around for some more updates on the ZR1 coming soon. But for now, let's get this bonnet off and start cracking on and continuing the teardown. Yeah,
because standing and staring at it's not going to do anything, is it?
No.
Got to turn some nuts.
And we are burning daylight, aren't we?
It's all burnt out, I think.
All right, so let me get my tea. I'll just leave that recording.
Important bits.
Chris and Louie take their time. Bonnets off, the vet feels right. A new cam in a subtle tune. Soon it'll hum a deeper tune. Careful hands, no need to rush. Turning wrenches, feeling flush. Bit by bit the work gets done. Soon the vet will start to run.
Right, ready?
Oh. Really doesn't weigh very much, does it?
No. Can you
just rest it on this?
Well, just hang on.
I've got a paper towel reel here, so rest it on that. I'm thinking your camera might be in the way.
I can. Well, I can actually, if you want me to, mate, I can grab it and stand it up on the carpet this side.
Okay, sure?
Yeah. Got it?
Not well, sort of. It's on my front fender. Watch me
tilt it up. Tilt it up. That's it. That's on the carpet now.
Right, I can get that out of here now.
Yeah, so I'll just move that for a minute.
Let's get this out of here. I wonder if I can put it on the roof.
Well, it doesn't weigh a lot, does it?
If I use this fancy dining room cloth. Oh, I don't know what that was. Probably never see that again.
I'd want something fatter than that on it. And then you're not going to be able to open the boot.
True.
Let's just put it in the house.
Cool. Let's put it in the house.
Now the bonnet's off, we've got loads more room. Just going to take these struts off of the bonnet hinges and flap them down. Cool. Space. Can it go back at all?
It probably can if you just move this jack.
We're probably going to want it to.
It's not in gear or anything. It should just roll.
What, you reckon it'll roll, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that alright?
Yeah.
Cool. Right. I know you want to get the heads on.
Yeah, well
what I'm thinking is we double team it.
Yeah, okay.
You put the heads on and I'll remove this stuff.
Okay.
Unless you're nervous about me not putting bolts in the right places and things.
No.
So if
I need to remove the condenser, because obviously that'll let aircon gas everywhere if it works.
No, I won't remove the condenser, but just to give us more room, I'll move that.
Flexibility, yeah.
Yeah, I'll move that. Radiator can come out, and then by the time I've done that, you've probably got...
You've got fans.
Cool. All right then. Well, we don't need to film both of the heads going on, do we?
No.
So
what I'm going to do is soak my lifters.
You soak your lifters.
Yeah, soak my lifters. It's a lifter quandary really.
Where are we with the lifters then, Chris? Because I saw on Facebook you started some massive debate about whether or not you should use Morels or...
Well, these aren't Morels.
Whether yours were in spec or not, or... So
well,
what are you doing with them? Let's have a look at what we've got.
These are the original lifters out of the car. I thought we'd have LS1 lifters, you know, with the cutaway here, the open way.
Yeah.
But these are later lifters, but apparently these also come in earlier cars. So it's a mystery.
Is it just what GM had lying around at the time, do you think?
Well, I think so, yeah. I mean, these aren't supposed to be in this car, but then people say that you always find them in stuff as early as 96. So who knows? Slightly different internals. So these are like I can take one apart actually. These are a cup that rests on a washer with a one-piece plunger inside. These are built very similarly to early LS1 lifters. The oiling location is the same as early LS1 lifters, and it has a two-piece plunger. So this cup at the top is about that long, and there's another plunger underneath. So this is actually more solid at the top. I don't know, it seems more solid to me. The rollers are identical as far as I can tell. Obviously these are brand new, and as far as I can tell they're not Chinese fates, because it's quite easy to tell when they're Chinese fates, because this is all out of alignment and they're not machined very well, and this is really narrow, and they're from Rock Auto, so I'm sure they're real. They're unlikely to be fake from Rock Auto, I would have thought. The other thing I like about these new Melling lifters is they have a larger bearing area. So there's a mix of things that I like about them. These are slightly less bearing. It's probably enough bearing, but there's a mix of things I like about each one. But since these are new, and these have 140,000 miles on them, I feel like I should give them a shot.
I'd agree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if they end up sounding noisy, taking the heads back off isn't the end of the world, and I'll go and put some Johnson racing lifters or Caddy lifters in them, or whatever they're called, at later on in the year. Yeah. That makes sense to me.
What about the lifter housings then? Are these new?
Yeah, these are new. These are new lifter, proper GM ones, no flex.
So these are genuine GM parts? Genuine
GM parts. One way lifters fail, it's not usually the lifters themselves, is with baggy old lifter trays. So these aren't too bad, but you see they're a bit wobbly and there's a little bit of turn in there.
You've got some play in there, haven't you?
Tiny bit, not very much, seen a lot worse than that, to be fair, on the internet. These are absolutely no turn at all, you can't turn this.
Yeah.
It's a really odd design though, I think, because this must have to be coming in and out of here all the time. I don't understand how else it works. So it's odd, don't you think?
So they're okay to wobble and they're designed to move up and down.
Designed to move up and down, yeah.
But you don't want them to rotate.
You don't want any that way.
Yeah.
As soon as you've got any of that way against the cam,
yeah,
it doesn't roll anymore, and you knacker your lifter and your cam. So that's, I think, the main way these fail.
But
is
either
this part.
either way, you're fitting new lifters and new lifter housings.
I won't get rid of these because these are actually perfectly good, really. But
You can save them, can't you?
and save them. I'll leave them in the trays and they'll all be in the original order.
Yeah.
The only thing I slightly dislike is the C-clip on there. Just for some reason don't love that.
Yeah, you feel like that's not quite as
well made.
Yeah. Cool.
So it's apples and oranges, isn't it?
Yeah. But either way, everything's going to be renewed, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you can crack on and start to seat that head.
Lifters.
I'll take all this gubbins out of there, and then we'll film in detail. We'll film the fitting of the second head and the torque process and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that we've not talked about is the prep of the heads themselves.
This is full of aluminium swarf from where it was milled, so I just want to make sure it's all clean. And you know how high performance engines are built? This is how they're built. On some tiles with a hose pipe. So literally just going to wash them all out. This is the water jacket, so it's not really doing, it's meant to have water in it, it's not really doing any harm. I know it looks a bit weird. After this is done, we're going to blow it out with a compressor just to get it dry really before fitting. Hopefully it'll all come out the bottom.
Can you see any swarf coming out of it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's the swarf.
Yeah.
And here.
Loads of it actually.
Yes. Absolutely loads of it. So it's well worth washing, isn't it? This is aluminium, so it's not the worst thing. It's really soft.
Yeah.
And it will just blow out the exhaust. But it's better that it's out of there. It's better that it's out of there for sure.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But it is very soft, obviously. But,
I can't believe how much of it's come out of it, to be honest.
Look at all this. You don't want that in your oil, really. Or I mean, in coolant, it's not great, but in your oil, it's really bad. So I'm glad that's out. Let's dry it.
All right then. So I'll get the compressor rigged up, yeah?
Yeah, let's dry it out.
Obviously, all of the valves are lapped in and they're spotlessly clean. So the heads are ready to go on. Shall we have a look at Chris's filter?
My air filter.
Oh God.
Yeah, it might be another 10 horsepower.
Oh God.
Don't shake it in the engine.
That needs to be replaced, I think.
Yeah. Might be another 10 horsepower in there.
There might be. It's not the worst I've seen.
No, it's not too bad. There we go. That's hardly satisfying. I can get 8 in at once in my takeaway tub.
Oh, that's nice.
Look at that. Perfect.
What are you doing with your old heads?
Nothing. Why?
I was wondering if you fancied doing like, if I got them modified at some point and did like a service exchange on my heads.
Yeah.
So if I decided to get the heads, you know, have modified heads, I could use yours and swap them.
You could have them, what's it called?
Gas flowed and ported.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah. Take that back out of there for now.
And the radiator just slides out of the condenser by the looks of it. Like that.
Got to take the fan pack off and all the electro digicals involved with that rubbish.
All of that gubbins and caper.
Yeah, exactly. You're too hot?
I'm not too hot, I just haven't got much flexibility. Because I'm a fat bastard in a tiny
oh yeah, watch the paint on that because it's very soft. It might actually mark, the jacket might mark the paint.
Oh God.
It's really, yeah, it's that bad.
Is it?
Yeah. If you leave a cloth on it or something, it will print into the car.
Okay, right, so rad pack.
Radulator. Just
What's that? Oh, bollocks.
bollocks.
That's the camera.
Is it alright?
Well, I've just smashed my lens. Never mind, I've got another lens. Slightly different, but it'll have to do. So, lifter update.
Oh yeah, another thing you need to check carefully when you are putting new lifters in is just to make sure they're not cracked here, because they can come that way from the factory.
And do you have cracks?
No, I've not seen any yet, so I think we're okay.
Are you ready to insert them?
I've inserted that side,
Right.
and these ones soak in the old oil for a bit.
So
There you
these
go.
cassettes just literally push in?
Just all pushes in, and then you have to tiny little bit of thread locker
Yeah.
on the bolt, and then torque down to I can't remember what, but I'll check it out and post it in a minute.
Lovely.
Got my old little torque wrench. It's down. It's only like inch pounds. It's not very tight.
Yeah.
Just
a tweakage. Little tweakage.
you can't really go anywhere, I don't think, because the head's in the way.
In my panic, I lost the screwdriver.
Is it this one?
It's that one, yeah.
The old male bent one.
That's the one.
Right, let them soak. Yeah, the amount of stuff on the internet about the LS is just people saying some things work, some things don't, and someone else saying use that, other people say don't use that, use this.
Is it a complete and utter minefield?
And you end up coming to the conclusion that I think anything works,
Yeah.
basically.
But there's lots of opinions.
Lots of opinions.
Lots of preferences.
There's probably lots of opinions and preferences from people who have never been inside an engine in their life, I'd imagine. And lots of really useful, helpful ones in there as well. So it's a mix, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of people that say buy these because these are the most expensive ones, and that's probably a fair cop. Someone said get Johnson lifters a cheap insurance. You look on the internet and they're $900.
Yeah.
You think it's not that cheap insurance. I mean, we'll see. Was it a worthwhile thing to put Johnson ones in instead, I suppose, if it chews up my cam. But I think as long as you get the preload right and aren't trying to do 8,000 RPM, I think these will probably be okay.
Oh, that's good.
All depends on what you're doing, doesn't it?
Horses for courses, Christopher. Look at this.
That's
Are there any horses locally? We could feed a field of horses with all this shit.
it's not ideal, that, is it? So it's probably one of those. It's good that they're in there, kind of thing.
So that is loose. It's
Where
just
the
bottom.
Nope, it's not it.
You got any pliers?
Yes, I do.
So it should just lift
What do you think
out.
it'll come off as one whole thing without taking the fans off?
But
It's still
feels
attached to
like-
this.
What's
It's
that?
still attached here, I think. The wiring loom.
Oh, there it is. It's like a combination of both sides that you have to undo. Because one's like a tensioner. There you go.
Oh, we are perfect. It was that side. There's one underneath as well at the bottom.
Yeah, so if that can come.
Right, that side needs to come up a bit, I think. Oh,
Sometimes the jobs that you think are going to be the most simple turn out to be the trickiest. And in our case, getting this connector out of this fan was like
a battle.
it felt like it was impossible. Part of the reason is you can't see the clip. Anyway, now we know what we're doing. The other connector should come out very easily, hopefully. Famous last words and all that, Chris.
Watch the camera.
So let's hope that we don't smash the camera up while we're doing it. I've got my little dentist tool there. I trust that I'll be okay. Do you trust me, Chris? That's the question.
Short camera.
So that should, if we carefully lift it now
Okay.
and turn it.
There we go. She's up this side.
There you go. So if you can just hold it there, I'll go around and disconnect that clip. There you go.
Anything that's off the car can have a jolly good clean.
You alright?
Yep.
There we
Probably
go.
3.
Perfect. Who said that you have to take that out through the bottom?
Wasn't me. See what I mean about information on the internet?
I know. There's always like more than one way to skin a cat anyway, isn't there?
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah.
So while we're in here, it gives us a bit more room, but we can take the time to maybe explain what we're striving for here and why we're taking all of this out. So basically, this is the harmonic balancer. We've got to take the power steering rack out, which is this, and hopefully slide the camshaft out this way.
I did buy some nice little crow's feet.
Yeah, nice. Where'd you get those from?
Evil Bay. Quite nice, like the Nielsen or something, they're alright. Do the job.
Sexy. I bloody love tools. If anyone's watching this and wants to sponsor me with some nice tools, let us know.
That's loads more room, look at that.
That is loads more room, but other than doing all the work underneath, shall we crack on and get the heads on?
Yeah, because that's...
So before I distracted you, taking your car to bits, where did you get to with this?
I literally just pushed in the lifters.
So lifters are in, head gasket on. Anything else that you need to do?
I need to blow out all of these, so there's absolutely no oil or water or anything in there. So otherwise you crack the block. So make sure these are all completely dry. I know that's being really going around them 3 times, but you really don't want any water in there.
No, you may as well do it properly. So head gasket on.
Head gasket on. I'm just going to dry the surface because it's all covered in there. And drying the bores again and clean anything out that's blown into them.
You hear, you know, for like non-mechanic people.
Yeah.
You hear the head gasket's like terrifying, isn't it, for some people?
It's not too bad. You don't even need to like get on your back.
What I mean is, people think, oh, my head gasket's blown. It's like the end of the world.
Car written off.
But the head gasket is just this. It's just a piece of metal sandwiched in between 2 other pieces of metal.
There are worse things to go wrong with a car. Terminal rot being one.
Well, terminal rot is why we drive Corvettes.
Yeah, that's one.
Because neither of us can.
I don't like terminal rot.
Yeah, living in England, rust is just horrible, isn't it?
These don't rust in Minnesota, so they'll be all right around here.
Right then, head gasket on.
The original ones they do have this side up, but these only have a front. Just says, see it says front?
There.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I assume that's for some reason, but I'm not one to ask why.
So you're just going to place it over the dowels.
Place it over the dowels, and I'll go for what it says front.
And fitting a head gasket's as easy as that, right?
First we've got to get those silly electrical connections on the back.
Yes.
That's the first exciting bit, isn't it?
It is indeed.
That's the first exciting bit. I'll also have my ARP bolts in front of us ready to go.
Chris has got his ARP instruction manual here, look. Screw the bolts in.
I think it just says wang them in.
Yeah.
Just shove them in, it'll be fine. How nicely boxed, aren't they?
I like that box. It's a nice retro tuner's box, isn't it? You can imagine that advertised in like...
I have opened it, I got excited.
A 1980s copy of Street Machine in the back of it. So left-hand head going on. But first of all, if you remember from the last episode, we've got to get those little ground points and the electrical connector holdery thingies on the back.
I think they are, and that's not forked, is it? It's just the larger bottom one that's forked.
I'll move that there.
So let's leave that one on the top.
So how are we going to do this? Do you want me to hold?
If you want to
hold it steady?
Yeah. How do we get it on?
I know what we could do.
Yeah, go on.
Put something soft on there and just rest that on there while you're doing it. Go on then, shove it on there. Is that enough?
It's enough. My secret fear is losing these somewhere. and then not knowing where they are and hoping they're not inside the engine.
So these two bolts here, that one and that one,
They're both earths basically.
They're what we're connecting the wires to.
This one is just a bracket, I think, for this exhaust gubbins, isn't it?
I can't remember. I'll take your word for it, mate.
It's a bracket for that exhaust gubbins.
You ever seen Griselda on Netflix?
What's that?
It's a film about a Colombian drug lord female in the 70s.
I have, yeah. It's good.
Thought that was quite good.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's good.
If I just hold this out of the way.
What's in there? Hey, look, there's some shit in there.
What is it?
Don't know. See, that's... I'm not convinced that's that thing at the back's the right angle. Is that gone on? Not gone on out.
What I'll do, Chris, I'll park this on here and I'll give you a hand, mate.
It's not quite going back, so I think it's that. It's not quite.
You're not far off. You just need to be... The dowel's in this corner, isn't it?
It is. I don't think I've got the back dowel in either. I'm
Well,
probably caught on it. If
I'm going to lift it
yeah,
slightly.
okay.
The head gasket slipped though.
Oh, it has. Right.
Head gasket's back on.
Not on the dowel, is it? Is the head gasket on the dowel?
That's on.
I think
That is on.
I think that's okay. That's happy, isn't it?
Yep, I think that's all right.
So let's wangle a bolt in quick.
Right, where's the power tool?
Maximum pressure. Let's just wangle a bolt in. 400 psi when it talks. Yeah. There we go.
Right, Chris is happy now. He's just very gently installing his bolts in there. You know the torque settings?
One elbow pop, I think.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's a 3-stage process and it's all detailed in the ARP letter.
Well, we'll follow it to the letter then, shall we?
Indeed.
We don't want you to be over-talking these bad boys.
I can't remember what the torque settings are, but it's all nicely laid out for us. If anyone wants any short ARP bolts for 04 onwards, I have a set. If you're doing a similar thing on a later car. Because on a later car they're all this length. On the earlier cars, most of them are that length apart from 4 of them which are that length. So
interesting.
I'm not sure how interesting it is, but if you are interested in head bolts, because you're doing the same thing right now, it might be interesting to you. Can you imagine my dismay when I took the original ones out and realised they were several inches longer.
Talking of things being interesting, if you're interested in seeing more of what we do, please subscribe to our channel. It really, really helps and keeps us motivated, and it helps the algorithm of YouTube so that we get shown to other people that might want to see the stuff. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't.
That's a bit, there we go, snug.
Alright, first little problem, it's not a major one. Chris has got 4 of his head bolts in, loosely, but then he's managed to drop a washer down one of the holes, so now they've got to come out. Head's got to come off again and we've got to retrieve the washer. So
this happens. So the problem is you pull this off and then the washer doesn't come with it.
It's all part of the process, isn't it?
You have to be super careful.
Oh yeah, there it is. Do you want to get it out?
I'll get it out.
It's easy done, isn't it? It's like when I dropped that. What did I drop in that bloody valve hole in the ZR1?
Yeah, that was that was more of an issue, wasn't it?
That was a lucky escape. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Have you got it out yet?
I've got it out. You know the argument of our washer's sided. It's a popular argument, isn't it?
It is quite a popular argument.
These ones are.
Go on then, show me. Show and
So
tell,
on
Chris.
one side we have a textured surface. You might be able to see it if I shine it against the light. You see it? That sits against the head. Stops the washer moving and gives you a more accurate torque setting. This side that is countersunk to match the bolt.
That is very, very nice engineering, isn't it?
Look at that. Lovely.
I know
These ones you can use as many times as you want, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, they are reusable.
Oh.
So even though they are twice the price, you can use them as many times as you want. So if you are in a situation where you end up need to take your heads off many times, say you've been an idiot and put a cam in it, and it probably ends up cheaper in the long run. And you don't have to order them from America and all that kind of stuff if you're in the UK. So it's probably not a bad thing.
Yeah, it'd be nice to clean up all these chassis legs and stuff, wouldn't it, as well?
Yeah, I might, once the engine's slightly more sealed up.
Give it a tickle.
Yeah. Look at this. How satisfying this is. I put one in already. This fits so perfectly. Can you see it?
I can see it, yeah.
I forgot you've got your sports zoom lens on.
That's lovely, isn't it?
It is lovely.
Look at his happy little face, look, his little smug face.
It's fancy bolts.
He's thinking, oh, I'm going to tighten this and then have a beer in a minute.
Got a bottle of wine open, so...
Good luck, mate. Becky will have drank that.
Probably, yeah. Got plenty more where that came from.
Little update then. All of the head bolts are all in loosely. Well, not loosely, they're sort of just snugged down. And Chris has got his trusty torque wrench.
Indeed.
He's got his instruction manual, which is there. I'll zoom in. So what torque setting have you got?
Going for 25 for first, foot-pounds.
Yeah.
There we go, 25 foot-pounds.
Lovely.
Gives you little instructions on which way to go. So the middle one's your first port of call. I only literally not even tightened them up, have I? This is the first one I put in, so I guess the other ones have snugged this loose.
Yeah.
There we go.
One. 2. 3. 4. 5.
5.
Yeah. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10.
10. First round done. Now to 50 foot-pounds.
50 foot-pounds. 1. 2.
Yeah.
3. 4. 5. 6. Cool. 8. 9. 10. That was easy. Right. Round 3 then, 80 foot-pounds.
80 foot-pounds, yeah.
And Chris is, look, he's like he's been in the ring with Mike Tyson.
This is too much exercise for me.
Ready?
Oh, I need a few minutes. Let me just reset.
Why don't you use a bar on it?
How do you mean?
Sleeve the torque wrench or something.
I haven't got a bar.
You could use that piece of plastic reel over there, look.
What piece of plastic?
That.
Would that work?
Probably.
Is that good enough for that?
Probably. You might not need it, but you might need it for some of them.
Oh, I might do. I've got the strength of that angle.
Do you like Chris's little breaker bar?
This will never work, Lou. This is
Have you set it to 80?
set it to 80.
Go on then. Hang on. Right. Let me try without first.
I don't think I'll need
Are
it.
you holding it?
Yeah. Fucking hell.
1.
Relatively difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe if you hold it in place and I wrench on it. Ready?
That's yeah. Okay. Go 2. Okay. 3. 4. 5. Be easier on that side, so I'll be able to pull it.
I'll move this round here.
That's 6.
7.
relatively rigid.
Stand well out of the way. Ready?
Yeah.
You got it?
I think so. Just about 8, 9.
I can't believe it works.
No,
I looked at that and I thought, I think that might work, you know.
I can't believe it works, but I guess we got to. We're looking right at it.
I won't need it for this. You ready?
Yep.
Which one's this?
10. We're here.
That's it.
That's all 10, apart from the little ones, which are dead easy.
One head torque down, apart from the little ones.
Which are just 25 foot-pounds, so... That's
what
good.
is it? 13 mil?
10, I think.
10. We're going to call it a day for this episode. So off camera, Chris is going to get the other head on there, torque it all down, and you'll join us next week when we're going to get the steering rack out, take the harmonic balancer off, get the cam out, hopefully install the new cam, and then see how much reassembly that we can do.
I think going together it'd be fairly quick.
And give it a good clean while we're in it. After that, we'll take it to the dyno.
Yeah. See if it makes any,
and we might, you know what,
difference.
I think we should take the ZR1 to the dyno if the
Yes.
tyres are done. Let us know in the comments if you want us to take the ZR1 to the dyno, and we will do.
Which will make more power?
Which will make more power?
Push rod or
This.
quad cam?
Definitely this. Cool, alright, well as always guys, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We really want to push the channel forward this year, and to do that we need more subs, so we really need your support. We want to try and get to 25,000, so it's not a massive target, but if we can get to 25,000 subs, we'll be cooking on gas. Alright, take it easy.